What's up, everyone? Oh, it's been a while. It's been a long while since I've made a video. And, yeah, I don't know if people even remember this channel. It's not like I really had anything crazy going on in the first place. I had like 100 subscribers, and like probably like 10% of those were active people. Bro, I'm making this video right now because a lot has happened since like I made my last video and like took everything down. Like, so much has happened. Honestly, the only reason I'm making this video, or the thing that inspired me to make this video, was I just watched Face IQ's new video that he just dropped. Like, it came out like 9 hours ago. It's like 8 a.m. right now where I'm at. I got up at 5:30. I've been getting up at 5:30. That's besides the point. I'll get into that later. A lot has changed, but yeah, this video, it really resonated with me. It was very relatable, kind of like to the past, honestly, the past year of my life. Maybe more like 8-9 months, more so. A lot has happened, and I want to be speaking louder right now and with more passion, but my parents are asleep in the other room, and I'm just not trying to be doing all that. Like, well, I am trying to be doing all that, but I'm not going to be doing all that because I don't want to disturb the peace or whatever. But yeah, man, like a lot has happened, so I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna have to probably highly edit this video because I did not feel like writing shit down and writing a script. I'm just gonna kind of fucking freestyle and then clean it up later, which is honestly a terrible idea because then it's gonna probably make me want to procrastinate putting out the video because then I have to edit it. I gotta fucking lock in, bro. I gotta lock in. I need to try and just get it all out in one go. I need to speak fast. Oh my god, bro. Okay, I don't even know, where should I start, man? There's so much shit that happened. I guess I'll just start off with do I want to talk about this dude's Face IQ's video, or do I want to talk about my life? Because it is what inspired me to make this video. It gave me a little spark. I was like, damn, I want to talk about this shit too. It makes me want to spread these ideas of like just alignment with your true self. Really, the biggest thing throughout these past 8 months has just been coping and trying to fit in, and like sacrificing myself and my identity for the world, or my perception of what I thought the world wanted from me. Just trying to do all these things to conglomerate with the group, and just destroying myself in the process. Just everything about myself. My health, my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health, everything. I just fucking sacrificed it all. Just to feel accepted. I don't really know. I kind of do. I do know deep down. It's sometimes hard to put words to it, but I know. A lot has happened, man. I don't know if people remember, but I think my first video I ever put out was about drugs and stuff. Like using, I think it was like using raw meat to quit drug addiction, or something like that. That was a whole other can of worms. That was another phase. Like, I thought I was solving the problem, but I really was not solving the problem. It was the same exact problem, which is really, okay, yeah, so there was a plane going by, but nobody wants to eat fucking plain raw meat and all these fucking just bullshit food. It's just so unintuitive, and I've heard Face IQ talk about that sometimes. By the way, I don't really watch this dude's videos like at all. I always see like his thumbnails pop up and shit, and I always think it's like some corny like bullshit. Like I really don't like watching most things on YouTube. I just find a lot of it very corny and performative. But I see in this video, he's like, the whole time he's been aware of that. So that was really cool to see, that he was aware of that. I didn't know that about him. But yeah, just forcing yourself into these regimens and like doing all these things, trying so hard to just be something that you're not, and just force yourself, like thinking that, oh, this is the correct way to do things and I'm gonna force myself to be correct. If you have to force yourself to do anything, then just by definition that is not correct. I mean, to an extent, like like at least the thing with me that's kind of difficult is I have a very like strong will, and I can be like very, very resilient. It's actually a double-edged sword. It's a blessing and a curse, because if you don't know how to use it, or like what's important, you're gonna get yourself in some fucked up situations that just no human should ever be in. Like, I will put myself through things that just most people don't even conceptualize as a thought in their brain, let alone follow through with it. I'm just able to push myself very hard and just take a lot of damage. I'm like, it's like kind of crazy. And I get it from my mom. She has the same exact thing. Like, I don't know how deep I want to go into talking about family, but basically she's like a workaholic. She's been destroying her health for like the past couple decades. 3 or 4 hours of sleep every single night, working 14 hours a day, working weekends. She never takes her vacations. Like, she's never took vacation for like the past 10 years or something. Like, her hours are maxed for vacation. Like, she has all these hours to use, but she doesn't use them. She's a workaholic. It's really sad. She's overweight, mental health is declining, but this is not like a sob story, or I don't want to get too deep into family because that's kind of personal. Maybe I'll even take that out, but yeah, basically that was just to say that it's kind of in my genetics to just kind of be like a workhorse. And like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can use it for good, or you can use it to just completely destroy yourself if you don't like have your values in check. And that's really what these past 8 or 9 months have been teaching me is like, bro, like, you need to listen to yourself, and you need to tell everyone else to fuck yourself. Like, that's really what it is. Like, you just got to tell everyone, like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Like, I'm doing what I know I have to do. And you have to have that sense within yourself that you have to trust yourself. And you do have to build up that trust and that intuition. And that's actually something I've been working on reconnecting to just like this past week. Like, I recently quit this job that I was doing that was just fucking draining my soul, bro. It was crazy. There's a lot of things. So I'd say the two biggest things that have happened in the past like 8 or 9 months, like I said, oh man, fuck. Let's break it up into I'll break it up into 3 phases. So I think it was around like it was around August, September, where I started doing drugs again. Basically, this is kind of how it all started. So I was feeling really low in life, just very like purposeless, and the only times I could remember where I was on fire was when I was on drugs. And I remember last year when I was sober for like 7 or 8 months about last year. Like, I had a full stint of just being sober, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be sober, I'm gonna eat raw meat. I had all this, I thought it was gonna fucking fix my life. Didn't happen. It actually got worse. My life got worse when I did that. Surprisingly, like, my life was actually better before when I was on drugs. It wasn't because of the drugs though, and that's something that I've been realizing. I was doing drugs, but I was also doing other good things, and I thought that when I quit the drugs, like everything would just fix. But when I quit the drugs, I also quit all of my old habits, and just a lot of those habits were actually good, which is kind of complicated and weird. But so yeah, my life like turned to shit after I, got sober and tried to just be healthy and whatever. I was listening to a lot of people. I was listening to all these channels that talk about raw meat and primal and fucking Godis and shit, and I was just fully just letting myself just become these people, like not thinking for myself, just really just fucking absorbing all their identities and all their beliefs and just thinking that this was gonna fix me. And it just fucked me up so bad, because then I just like forgot who I was as a person, because I just had consumed all this content and all these other people's personalities and absorbed it into my being. And it's like I fucking got lost in it. I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. I was just fucking lost, unmotivated, no fire, no will, just nothing. I was just like just a blank gray blob. And then that's when I knew like I needed to make a fucking shift. So I think it first started out like I just started cooking my food. I was like, fuck this raw meat shit. All right, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do what fucking I want to do. Okay, so I'm gonna eat food that tastes fucking good. All right, I'm gonna cook my food. I wasn't even eating junk food, but my mind was so fucking twisted at that time that eating cooked food was like eating junk food. Even though I was eating like the healthy, like grass-fed meat, organic fruits, shit like that, raw dairy. But I was cooking it now, and I was like, oh, I'm so fucking rebellious. Oh my god. Anyways, and then what else happened? Yeah, so it started off like that. I started cooking my food, and then I just started just eating little things here and there, have some ice cream. That was actually the extent of it. Wow, I was really, that wasn't even shit. And then I was just like, what would be like the biggest act of rebellion? Like, let me just start doing drugs again. Like, that'll make me feel free. Because, when you're in this spot of just restricting everything and just forcing yourself into these habits that just are not intuitive to you, and just doing all these things that just go against the grain of your soul, eventually you want to just break out of that prison. And I just wanted to fucking break out at full force and just fucking go head in. I had such a long period of like zero momentum and zero motion, basically. And I was like, bro, I need some fucking motion. I need some chaos. I need some destruction. I need some fucking fire in my life. Let's start doing drugs again. And so I remember that day I was hanging out with a friend, and I never threw away my drugs when I quit. So I still had like, I still had a bunch of perks left over, and then, and weed and shit. And so, yeah, my friend came over, and I think we were going to make music, or maybe we just hung out or something. And he was like, hey, like, you still got some of that? I was like, yeah. And then I was like, matter of fact, bro, I'm going to take one with you. And he was like, you don't got to do that. Like, I know you're on your health shit. Like, you. And I was like, nah, bro, like, I got this. Like, let's do it, bro. And I took that shit, and I remember we went to the park, and we did record music, and then we recorded music, and then we went to the park, and then we like shot a video, and I was off that shit, and it wasn't even that strong. It was like nice and pleasant. I was like, oh, like this is fucking fine. Like I just felt like a little extra calm, a little more like emotionally open. A little more, just kind of like my skin felt nice. You know how a perk feels, guys. You guys know how that feels, right? You guys. Anyways, and so yeah, I did that, and then the thing though, bro, like later that night, I took another one. So immediately, bro, that shit was fucked. Honestly, from the jump, I was fucked. Just I thought I had it in control. I did not. I did not. Ooh, it was just everything. It was just perfectly set up for me to completely fuck everything up. You know, it was just built up so long. I had built up this giant shadow around um, and not doing, I don't know, things that aren't like perfectly perfect for your health. I don't know how to describe it, but I had built up this shadow basically against doing anything that's not optimal, I guess. And so now it's like you pull the rubber band this way, and then I fucking let it go. It's gonna fucking go all the way in the other direction. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened, dog. That's what fucking happened. Then I think the next day or the day after, I was like, you know what? Let me get back into weed. Let me smoke some weed. I smoked some weed, bro, and that shit was fucking psychedelic. You know, like when you haven't smoked weed in a while, or if it's your first time smoking weed, or if you've taken a long ass break and you smoke that shit, bro. At least for me, I'm like very sensitive to a lot of like psychoactive substances, um, like especially weed and psychedelics. Um, but pretty much all drugs I'm pretty sensitive to. And so yeah, when you smoke weed after a while like that, bro, that shit's a fucking trip, bro. And it was like crazy. It was very intense. I remember, and I was like, damn, like I don't know if I could like do that again. Like that was hella strong. But like I did make some good ass music that night, and so I was already building that attachment. And then I don't think I need to go so in depth into this whole thing, but basically, you know, it started out, you know, here and there, and then it just got more and more until it was every day with the weed and the perks. And so, yeah, it got to that point, man. And I was just taking it, just doing that shit every day, you know. Just at night, I would keep it at night. So I had like certain boundaries, but I mean, that shit's still fucked. But then eventually, yeah, then I started taking it midday and at night, and uh, it just got more and more and more. And then I just started like eating. I would sometimes just eat junk food or whatever. If I was at a party, you know, just fucking eat the pizza and the fucking sandwiches and shit. And just I was like, you know, fuck it, bro. Like let's live life. Let's have fun. Like in my head, this wasn't like some dark time. In my head, this was like a release. Like I felt like I was being free. I felt like I felt like I was getting back in tune with myself. I was like, oh yeah, this is how we are, bro. Like we have to embrace our inner darkness, or like, which is kind of true. But when you've been suppressing it so long, and then you try to express your inner darkness, it's just gonna come at such an exaggerated level that is just super destructive. And that's why it's important to have that shit constantly in balance. Like you should never be overly doing really anything. You got to keep a balance of light and dark. Okay, so my camera died. But yeah, let's just pick back up. So yeah, I was just getting into all that shit, you know. I thought it was a good thing, you know. I guess deep down I knew it was not good, but that kind of became a progression. Like over time, I started realizing, oh, like I'm fucking up. But then, by then I was in too deep. Then my psychology was already starting to morph around the drugs. You know what I'm saying? And you just get used to it. You get into the habits. You get addicted, right? Simple. Like, who would have thought? You take perks and weed every day, you get addicted. Oh, who would have thought? But that's what happened. And then I had been planning this trip. Ooh. I can't talk about that. I think I can get in trouble for that. Oh, I can't even talk about that. Oh, I can't talk about that. Wow. That's illegal. I can't even talk about that. Can I? Oh, will I get in trouble if I talk about that? Okay, so hypothetically speaking. Okay, so here's what happened. So I don't know if I ever spoke about it. No, I don't think I ever spoke about it on my channel, but basically I went to I've been planning this trip to Chile, the country, in South America, because my uncle lives out there, and my dad's side is Chilean, so my uncle and my dad they're Chilean, and my uncle's living in Chile, and he has a business out there and this big property that he owns that got passed down from his grandfather, and you know when he dies he wants to pass it down to someone, and he needs someone to like take over the business and whatever. So he had a water filtration. He has a water filtration business out in Chile, and I was like, okay, well, like shit's not working out here. Like I feel like I didn't really know where I was going in life, and I was like, let me just do some big fucking thing. Let me just switch things up. I need some type of change in my life. I can't be doing the same fucking. I was working at a movie theater before. I was like, dude, fuck this shit. I'm not having this boring ass, basic ass life. And it's not even about being boring or basic. I genuinely hated it. Like I hated my life. Like just fucking it's so robotic, such a robotic, meaningless life. Just doing that 9 to 5 shit. And it was going nowhere. I needed to switch something up. I needed to change the playing field, just fucking change the variables like drastically. So I was like, all right, this is going to be a good thing. Even if it doesn't work out, it's still going to be a good thing. It's going to get some momentum going in my life. And I was kind of also hoping like maybe maybe I'll start a life out there. Maybe I'll meet a girl, and like things will work out, and shit's cheaper out there, and I'll be able to start a life. Basically, none of that happened. So I went there, and I was working with my uncle. And similar to this fucking Face IQ guy, like you're with other people, you're traveling in a new place, like the food quality, the access is not that good. The people you're with do not give a fuck about health at all. And that's when I realized like health is actually like the number one fucking thing. Like I don't know if I had the realization that it was the number one thing, but I knew that it was an extremely important part of me, that sacrificing that, it meant sacrificing a part of myself. I didn't realize it was that deep, but it really was. Like my diet and my lifestyle and being in good health is like a very big part of me. Because for a while, like I had built up this idea that it was like kind of like gay and very like autistic and just overly cortisol brain to be always worrying about your diet and all these fucking things and trying to but I realized there's a reason why I did that. It wasn't just for nothing. It wasn't just some autistic thing. No, it was real. Like if you take care of your health, you fucking think faster. You fucking operate better. You're stronger. You think, but your IQ is higher. Your fucking emotional intelligence is higher. Like everything is you just fucking level yourself up. Like why would I not want to do that? That's fucking bullshit. It's not some nerdy thing to care about your health, okay? Like, it's a real thing that actually affects your life. Now, there's limits to it. You don't need to obsess constantly all day. You really just need to know, like, just eat high-quality animal foods, reduce, like, pesticides and heavy metals and plastics, and, eat, like, eat, like, clean carbohydrates and keep yourself energized. Like, that's really the basis. Like that's all you need to know, and then after that you don't really need to think about much. But so I basically had like got myself into this mindset where it's like, oh, like that's bullshit, that's nerdy. Like you need to learn to go with the flow and be fucking more fluid and be social and be loose. Like you're so uptight right now, but which I was pretty uptight, but that was separate. It had nothing to do with the diet thing. That was completely separate. Like you can have a perfect diet, or you could care about your diet and not be an uptight autistic person. Like you don't have, like, they're not mutually exclusive. Like you can, or I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but like you don't need to be both of those. Like you can be a social, go with the flow person and care about your diet. You don't have to have one or the other. And so yeah, I was like, fuck it. We'll go to restaurants. We're always, my uncle does not give a fuck about his health. He doesn't understand health at all. Like, just like most boomers, pretty much all boomers do not care or understand health. Like some of them think they do, but they just do not understand it at all. Like, and it was also a situation where I was going in, knowing that I wasn't going to be paid for my work. So this is another thing. So I wasn't really too sure of the exact type of work that I was going to be doing there with the business. I literally thought in my head I was going to be doing like office work, helping with paperwork, going out and helping with the installations and stuff. But dude, his business was shit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if he sees this, but his business is shit, dude. Like that's something I did learn. I feel bad like talking shit like this. I'm just being honest. I have to be honest with how I feel, man. And I just did not agree with his business practices, and his business was suffering due to the way that he was running his business. So he really didn't have any money to pay me, which I knew that going in that I wasn't going to get paid. That's not even really a factor, but the big thing was what I was getting to is the work that I was doing. So because his business wasn't doing well, not only was he not getting money, but he wasn't like getting installations to go install shit. Like he wasn't, selling his product that well. And a lot of the times we were going out, it was to like fix some fucked up work that he did. Again, I feel fucked up saying this, but it's just the truth, bro. It's just the truth. And like, so we weren't really going out to many installations at all. Like I probably went out to 2 or 3, like, yet we did like one actual installation, and then we did like 2 visits to like fix up past fucked up work. And it was really weird vibes because the people were like all pissed and shit, and he was just like bullshitting his way through, whatever. I don't want to get into that in case certain people see this video, but yeah, so because of that, because there wasn't much installations going on, basically I was just doing manual labor like on his property. Like we were just like fucking, cutting down trees, carrying wood, pulling weeds, trimming the bushes, like basically just doing landscaping work for like 9 hours a day. And it was really draining for me, especially since in the beginning I was coming off drugs. I was coming off drugs while I was over there, so it was really difficult. And then I sort of got like more used to it as my body like started to get more up to its proper levels. But even then, even once I was off the drugs, like it just was not good. Like it was just, I didn't like any of it, bro. Like he did not care about what I valued. Like he did not care about me in the way that I thought that it was going to be. Like he didn't really consider like much of my values or respect the things that I said. He didn't care that I cared about how, like he didn't understand. Like, bro, like I'm a big guy and I'm out in the sun all day, like doing manual labor, bro, and like not eating. Cause like there's no good food, and that was partly my fault, but it was like he would at first, like I would go there and he would like make like lunch for me, but bro, it'd be like a bullshit. Like it'd be like fucking bread and broth, like, or like just bullshit, like no meat or anything, like anything to sustain a fucking 6'2", like 180 pound young male doing like high energy like output, like just not able to sustain myself there. And it was just fucking wreaking havoc on me, and my stress was just through the roof. Like I was just in this hyper cortisol state where like I was literally just running on stress hormones pretty much. Um, and like I would talk to him, and I thought, so going into it, I knew I wasn't going to be getting paid, but I was under the I knew that he was going to be paying for my housing. Like I had my own place, a little cabin, separate from his, like in a whole different area. Like I had my own place that he was paying for. Granted, over there it's like $300 a month for a cabin, but at the same time, like his business wasn't doing well, so that was probably a lot for him. But I also thought that he was going to be paying for my food, and then that turned out to not be the case at all. So luckily I had saved up like about $3,000 before going there. But that was not enough because, bro, if I'm not getting paid anything and I'm having to pay for my own groceries and shit, all the time, like the money's just going to slowly keep going down and down and down, and eventually I'm going to have nothing, and I'm going to be fully reliant on just whatever the fuck I can get. Like we went shopping like 2 times in the very beginning, and then he never wanted to go shopping with me again because he saw that I didn't even buy that much. I bought meat and fruit, and that was it. Like I went into it with a cost efficient mindset, so I wasn't trying to get the most expensive shit. I was trying to get like the cheapest shit that I knew would work for my body. So I was just getting like, cheap ground beef and just like fruit, like cheap fruit. And that was too much for him. Like he thought that was insane. Like, you don't need this much meat. Like who eats this much meat? Like, and it wasn't even a lot. I was like eating 1.5 pounds a day when naturally I like to eat 2 pounds. Like, and I was working physical labor, so I probably needed more than that. And then just, eating just a couple of fruits and stuff, which I really needed more of that than I was getting. But even that little compromise was too much for him. And like that should have told me in the beginning, like, oh, this is like kind of fucked. But I was like, I'm gonna push through. Like I came all the way out to South America. Like I packed all my shit. Like I have this place. Like I can't just fucking leave right away. So basically I stuck it out for like 3 months. And it was rough, man. Like it was very fun. I'm only talking about the negatives. There was a lot of positives that happened. But I guess the focus of this video is more about like alignment and the things that I learned, and most of the lessons were in the negatives, right? That's kind of where we learn the most from pain. I feel like definitely learned a lot about, connection and human interaction and perseverance and strength, and learning a lot about myself and my will and my ability to navigate through the world and build relationships. There was all that as well, but really the focus of this video and the main thing that stuck in my brain was all the negatives. You could say that's a bad thing, but that's just the reality. We're human. Things that are painful are going to stick out in our brain more than things that are positive, right? It doesn't matter how good things are. If you're fucking suffering the whole time, it doesn't matter how good the situation is or whatever. Like after 2 months, I decided like, all right, I'm kind of done with this, and I was like, let me just have like one last talk with him, just like one sincere heart-to-heart talk about like the situation, because like I was running out of money, I wasn't eating like properly, I was like really fucking run down, I did not enjoy the work, I did not see a future in this work, I did not want to be a part of his business at all. I did not want anything to do with him actually by the end of it. Like I really just wanted to get out of that situation. He's a very like strong-headed person. He tends to like step on your feet without, I don't know if he realizes it or not, but he's just constantly just disrespecting me just to my fucking face. And I don't know if he realized it or not, but it was just constant disrespect. I did not fuck with that. And yeah, just like never mentioning about like the food, and like I would ask to go groceries, and then he would be like, yeah, and then we would never go, and just fucking weird vibes, bro. Like he just was not straight up with me about like what was going on, and all these things were just fucked up. Like it just felt so out of alignment. The longer I was there, and yeah, eventually I just had like a heart-to-heart discussion with him, and mainly the basis of it was like, okay, bro, like I only have this certain amount of money. You know, I'm gonna run out of money eventually here. Like, I'm using it on food. And also, I think I started the conversation out like, okay, like, is there like a clear plan or timeline, or when do you think I'll be able to start making money, or like have a position in this business where I can help you generate money, or just get things going? Because this shit where I'm just relying on you 100%, this is not going to work out. Like, this is not going to work out. Like, I need some sort of autonomy, and like, because I was just fully reliant on him. Like, I didn't have a car or anything, so he was really my only means of transportation unless I was taking the bus. I was having to go, like, I was getting home at like 7 after a long day of manual labor, and then I'd have to take an hour bus to go to the grocery store, shop, get my shit, spend my money, take another hour bus back home, and it's all fucking late, and I'm getting to bed late, and then waking up early, and then doing more manual labor and not eating, and it was just fucking wreaking havoc on me. Like, it was insane. And I was doing that for 2 months straight, and then eventually just my body, my brain, whatever, my soul just had enough of it, and I just needed some clear thing. I was like, let me not just give up. Let me give him a heart-to-heart talk first. Let me try and see if we can work something out first. So yeah, I basically told him, like, is there a way, like, is there like a timeline in the future where I could have like a better role and like maybe start making my own money and stuff? And he basically told me I have no fucking idea. And okay, so boom, fuck that. Okay. There's no plan, there's no time frame, there's no like idea or goal. Like, it's just like whatever. Like, you clearly don't value my fucking life. Like, you don't value like my values or my feelings or respect me. If that's the case, like, you just have no plan. You just expect me to rely on you this whole time, and you're not gonna like pay for my food or anything, or pay me, and I'm doing all this fucking work for you. Like, where I'm giving all this shit to you and I'm getting nothing in return. In fact, not only am I getting nothing in return, I feel like I'm getting beaten up for helping you. So it was just a fucking terrible experience, honestly. And then then we started talking about, because I didn't want to make it about food. I wanted to make it about like money and autonomy, just the baseline things. Okay, like, I can tough things out with the food, whatever. But if there's not a clear path to success, like, what are we doing here? But then at the end of the conversation, then I kind of brought up like the groceries and stuff, and then that's when he told me, like, yeah, like, I can't pay for all that meat. Like, that's too much. You're asking too much of me, basically. Like, I'm not doing that. And I don't know why he didn't fucking tell me that up front. Like, why he just ignored that whole thing the entire time. And I guess I didn't really bring it up because it was just kind of weird. Like, he's paying for my place, I'm working for him, I'm relying on him, so it kind of, there's like a power dynamic there, where you don't want to bring up conflicts, because then you're so intertwined and reliant on them that if you cause any conflict, it's like, it feels like they can really fuck things up for you or make things difficult. And yeah, so basically he told me, yeah, like, I'm not paying for that shit. Like, he didn't say it like this, but this is basically like the vibe of it. Like, basically, you're asking too much, I'm not doing that. Like, he literally told me, like, yeah, like, I'll feed you, bro. We have onions and tomatoes and potatoes, and we'll feed you, but it's not gonna be like steak dinner. Like, onions and tomatoes? Bro, what? Like, I'm a fucking young man, I'm tall, I'm fucking big, like, doing fucking hard-ass manual labor in the sun all day, bro. I'm not surviving off of onions and tomatoes, brother. Like, what are you saying? This shit does not make sense. And he's like, yeah, like look at me, like, I'm barely surviving, I'm eating sausages right now. And it's like, do you understand that sausages cost more than regular ground meat? Like, he has no idea of anything, bro. Like, he does not understand food. And he's like, yeah, and it's not even healthy to be eating all that meat. Like, that's terrible for you. Like, that's bad. Like, I know you're young, but you got to care about your health. Like, long term, you need to be eating vegetables. And fuck you, you don't understand shit, bro. Like, doesn't understand shit about nutrition. By the way, he's fucking obese, bro. Like he's fucking giant and huge. He had cancer. Like he's clearly just super unhealthy. And it's like, bro, you're saying you don't have money but you're fat. Like clearly you're like eating a bunch of shit. Like clearly your money's being spent somewhere. Like that doesn't just come out of nowhere, okay? That giant gut, okay? And you know, you see it. He's constantly fucking snacking on chips and all this shit. And it's like, okay, bro, you want to talk about budget and you're fucking over here eating all this bullshit. And he would drink beers every night. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? You don't have money to afford like some meat for me. And I literally broke it down for him. I was like, literally, I need $6 a day for my food. Like, because the food's pretty cheap out there. Like, you can get like ground beef really cheap and eggs really cheap. Like, I could build a day off of like $7 of like meat and eggs and fruit, like a whole day of eating. But I told him that, and he was like, "Yeah, that's too much. $7 a day is too much." And then in my brain, I was like, "Okay, last straw. We're done. We're getting out of this situation. Fuck this. There's no clear path to success, and he can't afford $7 a day for my food, and I'm fucking doing all this work for him. Fuck you. I'm out." That's how my brain is thinking. And so I told him, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work out. I'm gonna have to go home." He was like, "Damn, okay, well, that's your decision. You know, I'm glad you're making your decision. Blah 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 blah." And then after that, I felt fucking amazing. I felt so much relief. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go home. This is fucking over." It was like it became like a nightmare. Honestly, I felt so trapped and imprisoned. I needed to get out of there. Damn, this is a long ass video. Then what happened is, my flight. I'm gonna just speed through this because this is taking a long time. Yeah, it was like around New Year's time, so all the flights were super expensive. So I had to stay an extra month in order to get an affordable flight. So now I was stuck in Chile for an extra month. But then I guess his wife had this idea and told him to tell me, and he told me, well, okay, so the battery died again. Dude, this video is taking too long. Yeah, basically his wife told me he told me that his wife told him like, "Oh, since you're leaving right now, maybe you could just travel for the next few weeks. Go travel Chile, like explore, have fun." And I was like, "Oh, that's a fucking amazing idea." The only problem is that I was running out of money, and yeah, I went and traveled. Let me just breeze through the traveling part. The traveling, it was cool. Learned a lot, met some people. You know, I was living in hostels, you know, for really cheap. So I was around a lot of other travelers and stuff, and exploring different cultures. I think I went to like 3 different cities before coming back and going to my flight. Had a lot of good experiences. Was able to actually like relax and resettle and realign with myself, and you know, eat the way I wanted, and just like enjoy myself, and just not stress, and just fucking recenter my being. And that was great. But I did end up spending all of my money and more. I went into a lot of debt, paying for, you know, bus trips and flights and food and just like necessities. And I was also spending, like, I would go to activities, hikes, little hot springs and stuff like that to enjoy myself. But I shouldn't have done all that. I mean, I don't regret it because it's an experience and it taught me a lot. But if I were to do that again now, I would have just went somewhere chill and tried to just save as much money as possible. Because I also just didn't want to be under his control anymore. Like, I didn't want to be in a house that he was paying for and be reliant upon him. I wanted to completely separate from him and just regain my autonomy and shit. So I really wanted to get out of there. But I should have just went somewhere cheap and just lived normal and just got by until my flight. Because it ended up being this whole fucking thing where it ended up becoming a whole nother stress thing of doing all this traveling and having to get back and bring my stuff, and it ended up being a lot. And then places like buses got delayed, and I was out at midnight, and there was no hostels that I could go to, and just a lot of weird situations. I got into, I don't know if I should be saying this, I got into some stuff over there, some illicit things that I started doing towards the end. Things that I shouldn't have been doing. in terms of like type shit. And you know, that was a little phase. We got out of that, you know, once I left. Yeah, I made a lot of music, self-discovery, whatever. And then I got back around like February. So I left November. I got to Chile in November. I stopped working for my uncle around the end of December, like around New Year's time. And then from New Year's to February, I was doing a little traveling on my own. And then, yeah, by February, I was back home. And oh my God, when I got back to America, man, I was so grateful. Like, I can't even describe, bro. It was just like so beautiful. I was so thankful to God, and like, oh my God, bro, like life is amazing in America. Fuck these fucking countries, bro. Shithole countries, dude. Like, America's actually like amazing, bro. Like, I had a newfound appreciation for America, bro. Like, despite all the shit with our government, bro, it's just like we have so many luxuries here that it's just fucking worth it, bro. Like, I can't imagine living in one of those shithole countries like that. But yeah, so yeah, I came back, so grateful. Then I started, you know, took a couple days to chill, and then I started job hunting, because I needed something to like pay for my stuff, right? Started job hunting, and then I ended up getting this sales job. This is the third phase. So I'd say the first phase was, you know, after my sobriety, was jumping back into drugs at home. And then my second phase was going to Chile. And then the third phase was getting the sales job. So I got this sales job, like, I think around February 20th, like the last week of February. And I had it all the way up until a week ago, which was around May 20th. So I was there for 3 months at this sales job. It was door-to-door sales for businesses, so it wasn't homes. I was going to small businesses. So, you know, for all the people that live in America, it's probably like this in other places too. Just little plazas, you know, where there's like nail shops, there's a Subway, there's a 7-Eleven, there's like little tax offices, just every little business that you see on the side of the road. Like, I was going and knocking those doors, except you don't have to knock, you just fucking walk in because it's a business. But so I should probably close this fucking window. But yeah, so I was going around to businesses. I was selling fucking AT&T. I was selling internet and cell phones and cell service and DirecTV and you know, fiber and, you know, all these AT&T services, just everything for business. Which business owners, they actually get really good deals with AT&T. But yeah, it was pretty tough. You know, it's you know, this video is already so long, so I don't think I need to go into detail on that. But basically, what matters is that it didn't align with me. You know, you have to do a lot of things. I just had to do a lot of things that just didn't align with my character. And I was actually so stressed out because, I forgot to mention, yeah. So I got hooked on drugs again once I came back, and even worse. So I was taking the opiates. And then once I got the sales job, that's when my drug use really ramped up. I started taking it in the morning, the midday, and at night. So I was just on this shit all day long, every single day, off the shits. And I became fucking addicted. Like, this was a real addiction that I've never had before. I've never had a real addiction like that before. Like, I was physically fucking addicted. If I didn't take it, I would get sick. And so at a certain point, the shit wasn't even really getting me that high anymore. I literally just had to take it to feel like baseline normal. And that's when the shit got really scary. And I just really started to lose my identity and my sense of self, because you become a slave to this drug, and you just completely lose who you are and your purpose and everything. Like, you're just in this fucking la la land. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Like, I thought I knew what I was doing, but dude, I didn't. I had no connection to my body or my mind or my soul. Like, I just became a fucking robot without realizing it, thinking that I was being this free, you know, fucking a loose individual, like being all cool and shit, making music and doing sales. I thought I was fucking on the path. But no, man, I was digging myself in a deep, deep hole. And dude, the thing with sales though, it does push you to grow a lot because you're constantly receiving tons of feedback. You're receiving tons of feedback, constant rejection, constant, like in life, your thoughts and your actions and your habits completely dictate your reality. Like everything that you do in life, every single day, every moment, everything you tell yourself in your head, that creates your reality. And sales will really show you that because you're getting constant feedback. So if you're having a shitty day, if you're talking to yourself negatively, people are going to not fuck with you, and you just see it immediately. Your sales are going to go down. You see how your thoughts affect your reality in sales because, like I said, it's constant direct feedback. So any changes, like if you're not eating properly, if you're not like staying active, if you're not like treating your soul properly and being in alignment, you're not going to be making sales. And so basically I was just realizing all these things that were wrong because I was getting all this negative feedback, and seeing all these people around me succeeding, and it just made me really take a deep, deep look at myself and what I was doing in my life to get these results. And it made me really reflect on just all the ways that I was fucking up. And so eventually I was like, damn, like I just started like, bro, the elephant in the room is the drugs. Like if I'm gonna succeed in anything, bro, like I have to cut that shit out. Like that is just the most obvious thing. You can't be a fucking drug addict and be successful in life. Like that's just fucking retarded. So I was like, okay, I need to bite the bullet and just fucking cut this shit out. So long story short, I quit that shit cold turkey. I took a week off and it was fucking hell, bro. Like I've never experienced anything like that before. I don't even need to go into it, but it was just hell. You can look into opiate withdrawal. It's basically, I was going through heroin withdrawal, and oh my God, bro, it was just hell. And then I returned to work like a week later, which was an arguable move. I really had to push through it. I didn't make any sales for 2 weeks because my brain is just my brain and my soul were just fried, and I was still recovering. Like my energy was totally whack, and I probably looked like a fucking weirdo out there and was just not connecting with people. Like you can't do sales when you're that fucked up like that. Like I'm talking about after, like with the drugs, like when your brain is so out of whack and you're like in so much pain, and like mental agony, like you can't be making sales, bro. Sales is a transfer of energy. If your energy's all fucked up, you're not going to make any sales. So yeah, it was really tough. I was having to relearn life. Like, the past 8 months I had just been heavy on drugs and like just so disconnected from reality that it was like I was just a fish out of water. Like I was having to relearn how to be a human and like process emotions and be motivated and just everything. It was like I was a newborn baby. It was wild. And so it was just a lot of things happened in that last month. So because like the first 2 months of the job I was on drugs, and then the last month, that third month of the job, I was completely sober, and I was quitting everything. So like I was doing a lot of cigarettes also. That was something I was heavy on. I was smoking multiple cigarettes a day, smoking weed every single night, taking opiates all throughout the day, and like, yeah, coffee every morning. And so like I quit everything. So I quit the opiates, I quit cigarettes, I quit weed, I quit caffeine, I quit it all at once. And I think it was just very rough on my system. I was also like kind of having like some body dysmorphia at the time, and so I was like under eating a lot, and I was outside walking around doing sales. So I was racking up like 20,000 steps a day. I was under eating. I was quitting all these substances. I was doing fucking sales, getting rejected constantly, just dealing with the whole sales thing. It was a lot of stress on my body and my mind. And yeah, like I just couldn't take it anymore, and it was just not aligning with my goals. I didn't really fuck with the people who were there. I got brought onto like a shitty, like grimy team that I was kind of having to deal with. And then there was just things with the sales that I didn't like, and it was just a whole combination of shit. And I was like, okay, I need to listen to my inner self. Like I realized like I was just so, the problem was that I was so out of alignment with myself. I was becoming such a fake person. I was not listening to my true soul and like inner calling. And I didn't even know what my inner calling was anymore because I was so detached. Like I was in this very detached, depersonalized state where I had no concept of who I was. Like I had no idea what I enjoyed. Like I didn't really even experience hunger anymore. Like I didn't know what hunger was. My brain had gotten so fucked up. Like I would feel kind of hunger, but I wouldn't know what to eat, so I would just not eat. And I just in a fucking weird state where I had no drive or no craving for anything. I was just in this anhedonic state of feeling nothing, and just my life was just fucking collapsing. And I was like, okay, I need to like quit this job. I need to release all the pressure, and I need to just fucking realign with my true self and just like get centered and like just build up good habits and just learn to love myself. I really hated myself. Like I hated everything. Like I didn't realize it, but I fucking hated myself, right? I didn't love myself. I was doing all these destructive things and just not listening to myself, ignoring my inner callings and intuitions. And you can only do that for so long before you just become a fucking robot. Like it was fucking fucked up, and so I had to get out. And that was like 2 weeks ago that I did that. And long story short, I'm feeling good now. And I think we can leave it there because this has been so long. I don't know if I'll put this out, but oh man, this is such a rant. I don't know if anyone's gonna listen to this, but I don't even know what the takeaway of this is, but you can decide that, I guess. I think I'll just put this out, maybe unedited. People can listen to it if they want. Why am I putting this out though? Let me think about that for a second. Why do I want to put this out? Oh, I want to put this out because I want to maybe this will bring some light, because I feel like my energy is pretty good right now. I'm in a pretty like good mood. I think I want to spread this. Like when I'm feeling, that's the thing about me. When I'm feeling good, I really want to share like that feeling with other people. And that's something I've been connecting to as well. Like just embracing love and just wanting to spread, like, I really want things to be better. Like I think this world has become very just sad and just stressed. Like everyone, that's something I've really noticed, is even doing the sales, like a lot of people are very stressed, and like especially business owners, you see like so stressed, and just average people. You look around at the grocery store, you go on walks, like nobody wants to look anyone in the eye, nobody wants to wave and say hi. Everyone's super like awkward and scared and stressed out. Like it's really sad what this world is becoming. And so I really want to like do something, man, to just, we need to fucking get our energy back up as a society. We need to like love ourselves. We need like, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Like, and that's, yeah, now that I think about it, that's why I'm putting this video out, because I need to get the ball rolling. It's not even that I need to, it's that I want to get the ball rolling. And that's the exact thing I'm talking about. You don't need to do anything, all right? You got to follow your energy. You got to be in tune with your energy. And when you're in tune with your energy, you'll realize that you naturally want to do positive things and put energy into the world and like do things. Like it's not something you should have to force. It's something that when you become in alignment with yourself, you naturally want to create and like give. It's fucking beautiful. And yeah, I'm just excited, and I just want to spread this energy. That's why I'm making this video. So it's been long enough. I'll just end it here. I love you guys. I love the world. I love life, and I just love love. And that's all.